Hello and welcome to Midday Repartee. Sorry about that. It took forever for the YouTube channel to actually load the stream. I kept waiting for it because I always have to hit mute on the video, and it took the whole intro to actually start up. Sorry about that. Joined today by my host on Thursdays, co-host on Thursdays, Russ Leach. Only Death Can Save Us. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, it's not quite as weird here, although maybe it is. We've just gone into lockdown again.
Oh, you did?
Our overmasters.
Oh,
somebody sneezed.
Right. Yeah.
Of course.
That sneeze, man.
Somebody sneezed in Liverpool, and so that's it. We've all got to go into lockdown. So
that's right. A butterfly flaps its wings, and hurricanes.
And an angel, and a little fairy dies somewhere.
Oh man.
So somebody sneezed during allergy season.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's like all the ITUs, they're all full to capacity. It's like that every October and November. What's your problem? But there you go.
Thunderbun says he likes Russ's art so much he backed the campaign twice.
He did. Thank you.
Always like to hear that. Very nice.
He did. Yes, and as I said to him, he'll be getting extras. In fact, everybody will be getting something a little extra.
All right, dude. That's what we like to hear. Riot Girl Comics says your art is great, Russ. Embodies what was great about comic books. Absolutely.
Yes, thank you, Riot Girl. What is still great about comic books? Yeah, that great fun in comic books.
Blue Teddy narrations in the house. COVID Kev.
COVID Kev.
Yeah, COVID Kev won one of the. I can't remember which one. He won a raffle yesterday. I can't remember who won your art. Did that person get in touch with you, Russ?
Yeah, he got in touch with me. He's actually in Ireland. So yeah.
He said he knew who you were, so he would contact you, and all good. Thanks for ponying up that piece of art. That was great.
That's okay. That was Glyn. Glyn in Monsterland. I think he's got his own book, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the CG UK bunch, I think.
Oh my God, it's that book. Yes. That looks wonderful. Well, the guy's talented, hugely talented in his own right. Why does he want a piece of my art? I don't know. He really knows what he's about.
It seems I can't tell. Like, do comic artists enjoy collecting other artists' work, or is it just like I've got too much art laying around? Do you not? Is it not a thing for you guys?
If I could get hold of original pieces by other people, yeah, it's just money.
Right.
It's like I don't have enough money to be a comic artist and buy other comic art that's expensive.
Yeah. Now, do you take commissions? Are you open for commissions?
I'm always open for commissions. Always open to do. I'd like, as I mentioned in the campaign, most of my art is digital simply because of ease. Because of speed, all that kind of stuff. But there will be pages from the campaign that are part of the tiers that are original art, and I'm always available to do original art. A lot of the time, it's mixed media because I do use the digital process to get things going. But it is true, real traditional art that gets sent out on Bristol board. So yeah,
nice. That's good to know.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's. You make a name for yourself, you get to that place, and then you're going to start getting those requests, those commission requests are going to start happening for sure.
I certainly paid a sum of money to Rob, and I'm waiting for my.
Yeah.
If you're out there, Rob Willis, come on, I want it because I've got to get it printed. But I'm sure it will be gorgeous when it turns up.
Oh, there's no question, man. I have never seen him slack on a single commission piece. Every time he posts something, it's like, you got your money's worth. You got your money's worth. Oh, yeah, you got your money's worth. It's pretty badass. And I just know, I just posted a link to the free PDF of the 24-hour comic. just based on what you did with that cover piece during that time, during that event, Russ. I can tell that you never slack either. If you get a commission, you're putting in everything.
Thank you. Yes, I do. Yeah, because if people are paying you to do the thing that you love, the least you can do is put everything into it.
Yeah, man.
You know, we're all entertaining people out there. So not everybody who watches this show, all the streams on YouTube, not everybody that buys comics are creators themselves. In fact, most aren't. They're there to be entertained, and that's what you do. And you just got to give it your all, your absolute all, every piece.
Yeah, it's clear that you do that, and so many people in this network do that every day, day in, day out.
Yeah,
and man, it's so much work. I can't. Producing a comic in and of itself is an insane endeavor, and then
it is
when you pile on the YouTube responsibilities and trying to do that, and you have life outside of that, family, maybe even a regular gig, a job that you have to engage. It's like people, what these individuals are putting on the table to get you comics. It's insane, and it's I respect it so much.
It's a commitment. It's a love. You love comics. There's something about comics. It's like people love all kinds of things. They love producing films. People love writing books. People love painting pictures. And comic books is just another medium. It's another art form. Just like this guy, he knows what he's talking about.
Chris Gow in the house.
It's just another art form, and we just love entertaining people.
So. Yeah.
That we do. What up,
How
Roddy?
you doing, Brian?
Hanging in there, brother. Hanging in there. What up, Dave? What up, El Gargoyle?
Yo.
Pleasure to meet you, Russ.
Yeah, you too, mate. It's been I've not had the pleasure of personally meeting you in a stream.
Oh, shit. Really?
I've just chatted a couple of times, but yes, it's what a lovely, lovely haircut you have, young man.
Yeah.
If I only had hair to cut.
It's getting popular.
Well, comb overs are very fashionable. You can always comb it over.
Well, just remember this. The reason why we don't have hair, an overabundance of testosterone.
Yeah. Talk to my wife.
Riot Girl Comics says, I may have a commission for you on payday, Mr. Russ Leach, if you get a window.
Yeah. Give me a shout.
Nice.
My DMs are open to everyone. So, I leave myself completely open. As I came to indie comics, whether it be ComicsGate, whether it be indie comics, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's all of us working together to make comics. That's all that matters. Okay, which means I didn't come here with an alter ego, as it were. I didn't come with it's me, Russ Leach. That's me.
Yep.
So
that was your invitation, guys.
If
Slide on into his DMs. Don't worry about it.
If you don't like me, then just don't talk to me, and everything will be fine.
It's very simple. Yeah. But you've joined the 5-figure club with Only Death Can Save Us. Congrats on that, Russ.
Thank you.
The higher that number climbs, the more people are just suddenly going to take issue with you. So that's fun.
Yeah. Anybody in Britain who wants to come to my house, I'm quite happy. You can come talk to me directly if you like. I can take you down the dojo and we can train together.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Anytime you like, we can spar. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't use pads or anything like that. Knuckles are good.
What style do you train in, Russ?
I currently train in Stain. I currently train in a Korean style of karate. I used to do Taekwondo when I was younger, but I did Wadaroo for 20 years. So I'm third dan in Wadaroo.
Nice. Well, martial arts are great, man, and they teach you lessons that you can apply to everything, including making comics.
Yes,
absolutely. It teaches you persistence, teaches you humility, teaches you a lot of useful skills, and self-defense too. I'm personally very hurt that I haven't been targeted by Renfimus or any of the other trolls out there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not happening enough to be on their radar, and that hurts.
It's annoying not to be able to ignore them, isn't it?
Oi, what's up, Captain Fuckhead?
Hail. It's annoying not to be able to ignore them. Isn't
I think somebody needs to mute.
Man, CG UK in the hizzy today.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Love me some CG UK.
Hey Cap, do you have the YouTube video playing?
Man, CG UK
Probably.
Okay.
I just heard my voice echoing.
Thanks, man.
Russ is right though. If you're not prepared to get into a fight and not get blood on your knuckles, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
That's the sparring. The only spar I go to is a local fucking supermarket. Just throw me right in there. I'll just get on with it. I don't need to practice.
Oh man, I just
straight into the M&Ms.
I just got back from the supermarket, man, and let me tell you, I live in the land of the Karen, and it's tense. You walk into a supermarket, you're wearing anything less than a hazmat suit, they're ready.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I don't know. It's been I try to get
over a Karen.
Yeah, I try to do most of my shopping at the farmers market, which is they say require masks, but it's outdoors, and I'm not doing it. And never heard a single word. Everybody is fine with it. I'm sure most of the people that see me not wearing one are like, damn, why aren't I just not wearing one? But the supermarkets, I haven't been honestly into a supermarket for a couple weeks at this point. Trying to avoid that shit.
I don't blame you. What up, Simon?
I refuse to wear a mask outside. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not wearing a mask outside. A doctor has told me, just don't bother doing it. If you want to not catch COVID, go outside, because you get to breathe real air and there's air movement. You're not going to catch it outside.
Yeah.
See, I got a different view on this mask stuff now. Right, I quite like wearing a mask, you see, because my eyes, this top part here, is better looking than this part. So, and then people don't see my extra chins as well. It sort of covers it all up. So I'm like, it helps the ladies. You get a second look that way.
Helps with the ladies.
Yeah.
It's called running down on the pies, and then you can make the bottom.
No.
Yeah, now you can have your phone number on it too and call me.
No, I'm telling you, right? If girls right out there, if you haven't been with a fat guy, right, do it. We're much more grateful. I'm telling you, we'll work harder, right? We will do anything to please you.
I'm changing the topic.
They just have stamina problem, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's right. We don't generally.
But we're very good with our mouths. We're very good with our tongue.
It's all until they want you to do missionary, and then you got to call your friend to fucking push you back and forth.
Oh yeah.
We call it the tug of sex.
All right. Is there really even a point to continue? I mean, it's not going to get any better. Just call it a Thursday show. It's done.
We're done. 15 minutes. Close climax. We're done.
Venetian Fabio is.
Sorry, Rot. Sorry.
No, that was awesome. My country was able to have 2 elections in the time you have the result for one. Well, yeah.
You haven't got the result yet.
The mistake is thinking that this is an election. It's not. It's a sitcom. It's a parody of itself. It's I don't know what it is, but it's not an election. We all know that at this point.
I keep saying it. We live in the legally blonde world now.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's one of the reasons why things are usually tense when I leave the house. I live in New York, but extra tense today because everybody's on edge, because everybody's like, is there going to be a civil war? you know? And that is a possibility. There are some people, Chris Hedges said, I'm seeing like a lot of parallels with like Yugoslavia in like in the 80s. Yeah. So none of us know what's going to happen.
The thing is,
you can
go far in history and see a lot of similarities.
The thing is, the Republicans and the Democrats, from a British perspective, the Republicans and the Democrats have always effectively been the same. They all start wars and they all work Wall Street.
Yep.
It's like
it's a one-party system disguised as a two-party system. It's wrestling. It's wrestling, you know? And that's why when people get so worked up over politics, I'm like, really? This is like the WWE. What are you talking about? It's like they're pretending to hate each other. They're fighting, and then afterwards they go and have cocktails together. They all hang out at the same party.
But once again, as a perspective of a person who didn't care about politics, Trump didn't matter until he fucking mattered. So you tell me when was it convenient for the other side to fucking get butthurt and have an uproar about shit and claim racism in and out now when it's convenient. I mean, you can look up Joe Biden right now and he says the N-word 8 times on video.
I think it's because Trump isn't a Republican.
Yeah, that's
you mean
part
Trump
of it.
is a Republican?
Well, no, he isn't. That's the whole point. He isn't a traditional Republican.
He's not a member of the club.
It bent everybody out of shape, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Well,
remember,
he's not a lifetime politician. I mean,
no.
It's a very huge difference. He's run businesses. He knows what it means to value like workers that he needs to get a job done. He has a different view on the world. He does. Well, he absolutely does. He was in construction. The guy built shit. He knows that you have to.
He's an elite. He's an elite.
He
like
is,
everyone
of
else.
course.
He's a billionaire, and it's
but
like
he's run businesses.
From an outside perspective, you kind of look in and go, "What?"
But he's so crass. That's the problem. It's the lack of civility. It's the lack of class. The lack of.
He's the ultimate shit poster.
Yeah, that's the thing. He is the naked face of American capitalism, late stage capitalism.
You telling me, Russ, when you were young, you had shit on a poster in your bedroom?
Yeah, he couldn't afford the artwork.
I just threw it at it. Like it was modern art. You know what it's like.
Like a monkey in the zoo.
Yeah.
And can I just say this about like the Democrats, how they've been behaving for the past 4 years? Russia. All that has been because Trump is in the White House because of them. Because they elevated him. We know from the WikiLeaks email leaks, right? That from the DNC, the emails are right there. Nobody has ever contested their authenticity. That the Democrats were like, okay, you know what we need to do? In order to like find somebody that Hillary can beat, we have to elevate these so-called Pied Piper candidates. And that and one of them was Trump.
Yeah. And he only went and won it.
Yeah, of course.
And they fucked up, and then they could never, they weren't going to accept responsibility for what they did. They were going to accept responsibility, so Russia.
Yeah, it's a shit show, isn't it? Jesus.
Oh, it's fucked up, man. Fucked up beyond all recognition. Game over, man. America, game over. I'm surprised it took this long. I really am.
I think these are kind of natural cycles of things. When you're talking about fiat currencies and governments and empires, and there's a natural ebb and flow and up and down.
I don't know. I don't think it's natural. I think it's.
I do.
Come on.
I think the currency is about to experience a major crash or reset, and this has gone on. This is something that happens on a regular basis in country all over, because these currencies have a lifespan. They cannot last forever. It's the way they're designed. They have a shelf life. We're experiencing a lot of what's happening. I think is centrifuge, is masking the fact that the currency is about to fail. So they're creating all this insanity, just trying to keep it going a little bit longer.
It's all chaos theory. It's all chaos theory.
You can't run a successful financial system on debt, but you can run successful businesses on debt.
Yeah, but you can't deny that there's people putting pressure or influence to provoke this thing.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's like you can't say that there's a natural adjustment that always goes. Like I said, that usually in everything there's always like an update, right? You have to do a 2.0 or something, 3.0.
Gotcha. You
get to a point where you need to update shit because But the thing is, right now there's outside forces. There's other people forcing this shit. Like that's what I think that you can't really.
Well,
say
I
that
think
it's the natural aspect at this point.
When you get closer to a reset, this is the opportune time for the transfer of like ownership and power, and like that's what people are vying for position to get, to buy up shit to get that power, because it's about to be on the table. So you got a lot of shenanigans going on.
It still happens naturally. You look at every empire. Every empire comes to an end, and it usually comes from an end from infighting. It doesn't come from an end from outside influences. It comes from an end from people wanting to change it from the inside.
Isn't that usually due to decadence? It's like decadence, right? When a place gets too decadent, too lazy, it starts eating itself. That's what happens. America is eating itself.
And overextending the empire. There's a series right now that's on Netflix, a German series that's based on, actually I have a comic book project, a bunch, but I have one that's based on the same story, which is the massacre in the Black Forest. Also known as the Babusschlacht, where Arminius led united the Germanic barbarian tribes to wipe out 3 Roman legions, right? Led them into the Black Forest, wiped them out, because he knew how they fought, because he was a member of the empire. He was taken as a hostage as a child. Anyway, that was the beginning of the end for the empire, because then suddenly people were like, oh shit, Rome isn't invincible. And I think we're seeing a lot of similarities. We've overextended ourselves. We can't be fighting like what? How many wars are we fighting right now? 9?
Right.
I've lost count. I actually don't even know. I'm
it's insane.
the empire, and I don't even know like all the wars that were involved in that, and those are the official ones.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, we have a war-based economy, we have a fear-based a culture and society, and I'm shocked that it didn't go tits up 20 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of how long can you keep it going? How long, there's a shelf life on it. How long is it going to be kept going? And how is the transfer of power going to play out? I mean, that's what we're looking at here.
Whether
Trump or Biden gets elected, Trump, I think, is going to give us more time, maybe a little bit of stability, and give us more time to get ready for this reset thing and dealing with that. But Biden, I think if that happens, things are gonna fall apart a lot quicker.
I think so too. And also here's the thing. I try explaining this to my Democrat friends. They don't want to hear it, okay? Because they've got Trump derangement syndrome. They don't understand. I believe that if
I don't like it when people fart either.
That's flatulence you're thinking of, my friend.
No, it's a Trump over here, mate. It's a Trump over here.
Oh, that's right.
That's funny. Is it really? Now, was it that before he was president?
No, that's been around. That's been around. Since I was a tiny little boy.
Trump.
That was what we used in school when somebody farted, because it was the polite term. Are we Trump?
Yeah. I think that if Biden wins, then in 4 years, because he's made it very clear, nothing's going to change. The Democrats told the American electorate, we ain't going to do shit for you. We're not doing nothing. It's just so like everybody can go back to sleep. And everything's going to run status quo, which means the rich are going to get richer, the poor are going to get poorer. And then in 4 years, we're going to get somebody that's just as crass as Trump, but sincere. And that's dangerous. Because Trump, of course, is non-ideological. He doesn't believe in anything. But if we get somebody that's like him in 4 years and they're ideological, we're fucked.
Yeah, right.
Or, of course, Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, in a swimsuit.
Oh, she's hot. She's hot. Oh, my God. If I have to look at somebody for 4 years every single day.
You could.
Woo! Hell yeah, man.
Hey, you comic book
y'all
people.
had her, but you let her go.
That's because we have rigged primaries. The Democrats have rigged primaries, so.
All just stop drinking the fucking energy drinks, all right?
Is that true that energy drinks cause kidney stones?
Yep.
I don't know. Yep. I just like the image.
And they can cause kidney problems and.
I mean, we all know. Obviously, it's pure poison. I mean, anyone who doesn't instantly know that, the moment that stuff hits your palate, it's fucking poison.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, shit was banned in Germany for a long time, and now they've got football clubs named after it.
Yeah.
You brought up Yugoslavia earlier. The best thing that happened to Yugoslavia is because they qualified for the football European Championships because they no longer existed as a country. They got kicked out. So they invited Denmark in, who failed to qualify. They just went, look, you're a little country. You're not going to go anywhere. In you come. They fucking win the thing, beating Germany 2-1 in the final. Fucking pure gold.
That's awesome.
That's how Detroit Red Wings are a great hockey team. They bring all the Russians in.
Yeah. Russians. I like Russians.
You lie!
You lie.
You lie.
You're my favourite rock clip. That.
You lie. My favorite is the whistling walrus. That's cute as hell, man. I'm a sucker for cute. Yeah. I'm a Baby Yoda fan, damn it.
I went to what is it? Bounding Into Comics. I check in on them every once in a while just to see like maybe there's something we can cover. And I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, this is why the independent comic scene and ComicsGate is so well positioned to take. We can just take this whole thing down. We are. I mean, look at these headlines. DC Comics and Image Comics artist Michael Oeming draws fan art of Portland Antifa mayoral candidate. I mean, okay, James Bond franchise kills itself. Utopia actor John Cusack attacks millions of Americans for voting for President Donald Trump.
Not John. I like John.
Me too.
I mean,
he's obviously a cock, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And this is
hashtag me too in the closet. Do we understand?
The main stories these are the main stories featured on a comic book website, just on a random day. Like, okay, and what if I love comics? Is there anything for me to check out? Like, what the fuck is going on? This is why, dude. It's in such a state right now that if we come together like we are as a network and we keep pushing and innovating, but we really gotta come together and work together and build. I think we can take this whole thing down. Like, where it's the indie scene that is important. Like, the mainstream is like the thing that's over there that
irrelevant.
Doesn't matter. Like, it's going to be the indie scene where all the real shit is going down. It already is, in my opinion.
Is it Bounding that's run by Dick?
No. You're thinking of
what is it? He runs
Bleeding Cool.
All right, okay. I was going to say if Russ can get me a pardon for Boris Johnson to visit England once again, I'll march down to London with him and kick the shit out of that fat cunt.
Yeah, dude, that
guy. Yeah, Boris. Yeah, I think there might be a pass in the new year, mate, because all of this bullshit is just Boris saving Christmas, I think.
You know what was one of the funniest things Putin did? Was he had a meeting with Merkel, and Merkel was afraid of dogs, so he brought his dog into the meeting and walked around.
What a cock.
So what do you think would be, like, in terms of not in terms of just ComicsGate, but just the indie comic scene, this network we're building? What do you think? What would be some of the things that we can do to keep pushing this thing forward and making it stronger? Like, what do you think?
Doing what we're doing.
I think Simon has like the really good ideas there.
I do too.
I'm on Team Simon when it comes to this, reaching out to other markets, translating our books.
Yes,
I'm not trans anything.
Translating, offering digital format. Like you can't print maybe like 5 versions of it, but you can actually do 5 different language in digital.
Yeah.
So sell the English version. They can come with digital. Like, one of the things that I want to put together is a digital preview. Like, let's team up. Like let's all put like 10 pages in one digital. That's the thing that I switched to Red Label Comics. To a my promotional platform. That's the idea. Is I want to make that the little comic and put it on Comixology. So we just
you ready? Let's go.
That gets me pumped up, dude.
Yeah, I love that.
You're nailing it. That's exactly.
Yeah.
that's such a great idea. I mean, people already have the work. Take like, you got Only Death Can Save Us. You got Tales from the Knapverse. You got all these. You've already got the work.
People,
Let's put together an incredible preview. Make it, give it for free, even if it's like 99 cents. It's just like drop it in there.
Yeah, you put it for 99 cents because otherwise, Comixology don't make a cent and they won't promote it.
Exactly, right.
So you put it for like 99
super
cents,
cheap.
And you put like an 8 to 10 page each, and above, and you put the cover of your book, and you go, Russ Leach, Comic Book Black Belt present, and then at the last page is find us on Indiegogo.
Yeah, I mean, why aren't we doing something like 2000 AD or heavy metal, Metal Hurlant,
or Inkslayer magazine?
That's what Inkslayer magazine is. Yeah.
Yes. Dude, Sim is at the forefront, I think, of really always like, we got to innovate, push this forward, and the core, the absolute necessity in that is working together and figuring out. Here's what I'm figuring out too. Like, you don't always. I think there's this inherent nature, especially with I don't know if it's just American or it's just the way humans have kind of been pushed, the direction we've been pushed a little bit mentally, but we all kind of want to. We want our own little empires. We want our own. We want to be kings of our own little roost all the time.
True.
And it's like, what I'm starting to realize is like, look, there are people that are they're just better at doing certain things than you are ever gonna be, and it's okay. You don't have to be the best at everything. Find that person that's a rock star that you like working with, that you respect, that you have a mutual thing going, and feed into them. If they're doing it better than you, feed into them, help build them, and they can do the same to you in the areas that you're stronger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There it is.
And it's like, if we start doing that more,
and
just
another
like,
thing
let that guy be the king over there, feed into him, grow him, and then they'll do the same for you. Like, that's how we do it.
It's
like,
not
everybody wants to
about-
be the king of their own castle, right?
Right.
But don't forget that a team of kings, when kings team up, people don't they don't stand a chance.
When kings team up, you get ring raids.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Dude, yeah, Tolkien, he knew. Exactly.
That's probably the nerdiest thing I've ever said.
Dude, I want to clip that and make it part of a new intro. Like,
but it's a lesson I learned late in life, but better late than never. It's not about me, it's about us. And you want to work with people where it's not about dick swinging, it's not about ego. Everybody is working for one common purpose, and that's to make an awesome, kick-ass comic. And that's the only thing that matters. Yeah. Now, if you're working with people like that, you can't lose.
I want to build the comic book industry, the indie comic book industry, to make it shine. Yeah.
I was on Indie Vault earlier, and somebody asked a question via texting in to saying, what happened to the comic book industry? Was there ever this underlying movement? Was there ever a direction for it? And it's like, no, there was never a direction. It was all capitalism. It was just like, make great books and get them out there and sell them. But we have the opportunity. You don't all have to be in the same direction. But if you're all working for the same goal, which is to make comics great, then you can all work together. You don't have to be on the same type of book. You don't have to be in the same type of ideological space. Just that comic books need to be pushed up. We all need to rise together. So if we do things like that, I mean, that's an absolute diamond idea, Sim, to have that preview and have, multiple books from the indie scene all in one book.
All right. So what's the next? Wow. How do you, Sim, I mean, do you have the time? Here's what I would say needs to happen when we have something like this. Now, somebody needs to be a facilitator for that, to kind of be the showrunner, to pull that all together and make it happen. Now, Sim, do you have time to do that realistically?
To put the book together?
Yeah.
Not really, but that's why I talked to my editor to try to put it together. But yeah,
I'm down to throw in, what my meager copy and paste, motherfucker.
You ain't copying, you ain't pasting.
If I can contribute to help make that happen in any way, let me know. I'm down to do it. I think it's really important.
Motherfucker. We're expecting Runes of Ragnan.
Well, yeah. let's get a Runes of Ragnan preview in that.
Dude, imagine if we're a bunch of people and we can put in like a 99-cent 100-page preview, and people are like, "What the fuck?" And you can and we flex because now we show like, look, we don't have just superheroes or this. We have everything in here.
Exactly, because that's the thing that we really want, and our greatest strength is diversity of genre. Okay,
and you can make it available on Amazon too, not just Comixology. Just something else I wanted to add in there.
So how many people already? How many projects would you say are already like down
right now?
To be a part of it? I know Shane Mess was in the chat.
Right now, I already have 15. Yeah,
Dude,
right now I already have 15 just on the top of my head.
All right. So if you need help facilitating, making that happen, let's do it. Let's get it done. Let's get it done in the next couple weeks, a week. Let's get it done.
That's like 120 pages off the bat.
Yeah,
so everybody that wants in, start sending me a message going, I want in the red line, the red label comics, and I'll put it on the list, and then we'll start reaching out, and I'm gonna start like, give me your email, and I'm gonna create a Dropbox, and you're gonna put what you want in there, and we're gonna get it going.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah,
See,
Simon.
now, we could also create, these are super easy to create. It's just a little spreadsheet. I've been using it. I used it for the 24-hour comic. It was a huge help to me to keep it all organized. I'm using it for the Word War collaborative event as well. We, create something like that. I could just knock out a quick spreadsheet for you, and then the moment you get someone signed in, you just pop them in. How many pages is it? They don't all have to be the same page count, I wouldn't think. If someone's got 5 pages of preview, if someone's got 10, whatever, 5 to 10, I would say, is a good number.
Yeah, and just make sure to please, like, the idea is that it's all about brand recognition, right? It's all about branding. So it's important that above your title, you put your brand. That it be like your imprint or your name, but this presents. So, because I think that's what's most important is that people need to understand that there's different creators. It's not one company.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it would need to be. There would need to be I think a splash page before each new preview. Like
a cover.
Sure. It doesn't have to be a cover, but it's got maybe a cover image, and then on the reverse side would be like info about the imprint or the team involved, whatever, and then the preview, and then you have that page for each preview.
Right? You know how they say that great minds usually think alike. Within the sort of organizational areas of CG UK, we've been discussing this very idea and putting plans in place already.
Nice. Hell yeah. CG,
there you go.
CG UK coming strong.
Beautiful. Yeah, we need to do more of that. And it's like this Ink Slayer thing that Sim is kicking off with Ink Spots and Scotsman and shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to feed into that. I want to plug myself into that and make myself useful.
It's time that we become the mainstream. It's time that we become the mainstream. It's not just like we can't be an echo market. I've been talking about it for over a year. Nothing can live in an echo market. Nothing. If there's no demand, there's no value. So the books that are there, there's no demand. People are not aware about it. There's no demand, so you won't grow yourselves. We won't grow if we don't reach out.
Absolutely.
Word.
Have you got Vinny involved in that, Sim?
I asked Vinny if he wanted to be in that magazine. There was not really. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the other thing too. If we
not many people like digital, right?
Yeah, that's fine, and
you got it.
People that
I got more lethal. I love the size. I love the idea of this size, the mini size, and like he offered this for $5.
Giant hands, and mate.
Well, yeah,
It's like an ash can.
But $5. This thing. I think it was a total cost of $10 to get it to me. Super simple, clean. It's a beautiful little project. This is a neat way. I mean, not again.
Yeah, but
not everybody has to do chromium plated fucking Cyberfrog books. It's like there's different ways to go about this, and this just shows that there's more than one way to skin a damn cat.
He ended up under on that one though. He tried something that backfired because he thought that going very low at the price he would have more sales, and it didn't really show him that way. Because it goes with the marketing on anything, right? If you go too cheap, people think it's cheap.
Yeah, that's what happens.
It's stupid. It's stupid, but it happens.
It is. That's
It
what I
does happen.
discovered. That's what I discovered when I offered the first issue of Six Gun, like super cheap on Comixology. Nobody wanted it. I jacked the price up to like $3. Started selling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
interesting.
it's a stupid little thing that we learn in marketing.
Yeah. What if
It's
this had been
brute
seven?
thing.
What if this had been $7?
Dude, it's stupid, but you could have
It
sold
might have
it at
done better.
$7 or $10, and you would have made more money because people want to. Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Value perception.
Yeah, it is.
The price
Yeah.
point is the price point is difficult to get right,
It
but
is.
it's so important. And you're right, Sim's absolutely right. It's not just about whether you're going to make money. It's not just about the mathematics of it. There's a marketing aspect to it as
Yep.
well.
Huge.
It's important, very, very important.
Like one thing I tried, like when I did the first campaign of Not the Merc, right? I did $20 the book, 25 shipping. Was not selling.
Mm.
Round 2, $25 the book, $20 shipping. See what I did? Then it starts selling.
Right.
Found it in 2 weeks.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. But Roddy, you were talking about the farmers market. You know, there's that experiment where I think they've taken like really good-looking, perfectly fine fruit, but they put it at like the bottom, or they make
Yes.
it look like like that's the stuff that's left over, and people don't want it.
Right.
Right? It's like this is 50% off. Gotta go. People don't want it.
Yeah.
Oh, piss
yeah,
off.
Right.
Piss off. We've
There
got
must be something wrong with it.
supermarkets in this country now that sell fugly fruit and they sell it at a premium fucking price.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a different
But that's the thing.
different culture, mate. Different culture.
Yeah. But that's the thing. That's the thing. If you sell it too cheap, then people are like, okay, there's got to be something wrong with it.
I mean,
I
our
don't-
grocery store gives out snacks of fruit to children.
Oh,
Okay.
That's good.
I give out free bananas at conventions, so very
We've got
high.
Marcus
Oh,
Rasmussen.
that could go wrong.
Mm.
That just went south.
Is
Hey,
it, bana-
you want
is
a
it condoms with
banana?
those bananas?
Got a banana.
Oh God, I could get me too'd for that.
Have you ever
Oh,
had an
man.
appearance by Chris Hansen?
You guys are making me think of the movie Banana Joe by Bud Spencer.
Bananas,
Do you remember that movie? Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Brian, making another
Bananas,
fan.
Joe.
You got another fan here, Brian.
Oh,
Baz.
I'm a Bud Spencer Terrence.
Oh, I
Stamp
got-
for
I got
life.
my trade of 6-gun Gorilla this week, dude. It was freaking
Nice.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
it is.
Awesome.
It is. So what would you guys think about? I think people have maybe tried something a little, like this, but I don't think it's been for everything. What do you think would like a hub site that would just connect people to everything
There is
going
one.
on? Like, okay, is it for like what is it?
I can't remember it's called. There is one.
What's it called?
I can't
IndieCron?
remember it's called, but it is one. I just said that.
Okay,
Let's say
I don't think is IndieCron really.
no, it's not.
What is the
IndieCron.
deal?
I
What's
can't
that
remember who
one?
it
There
is.
was artists signing up to it.
Yeah, I can't remember who it is.
Because you can look for people to do jobs for you.
Fiverr.
Okay.
Exclusive. What was that, Sam?
Fiverr, you can find people to do jobs for you.
No,
I know that
No,
was.
no.
I think
Okay.
Ghost of
ComicsGate-
Henry.
ComicsGate specific.
Ghost of
Go down
Henry
the
was
local
doing a
phone
site
box
that
and-
had all the like live stream shows, like a listing,
Oh,
and
yeah,
scheduling,
Yeah, there was it. Yeah, it was it. It was part of that.
There was a guy that had it. Yeah, I remember.
and that was cool. It was really neat. But I feel like what we need for the indie comic scene, and this would include ComicsGate in that umbrella, is like a hub site, that has it all. Where you can find the projects, you can find the live stream entertainments,
Let's
you
take
can find
notes.
individual like imprint. Maybe there's an pay. If you have an imprint, you can have your own page, right? That kind of thing. And if we want to, I mean, if we're serious about this and making
One
this,
note: you can make a list of any indie comic or comic book channels also in that freaking magazine. Just note.
yeah, I don't know.
That would
I've
be
just
good.
been thinking about how useful it would. I would love having a website I can go to and just because there's so much now. There's so much going on, and there's so much cool shit. I know
And
I'm missing a lot of it.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell, tell people like a while back. Like, we need to have a few people that just put $25 together, a few creators, and that website's up.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, if we all just band together and we start pooling our resources, obviously our talents, we've got this huge talent pool, and we do have a financial pool that we can also draw from. Let's crowdfund the ultimate hub website that has no agenda. It isn't somebody trying to get rich off other people's work. It's literally serving the good of indie comics in general. Like, that's its purpose. It's kind of like, remember those like milk commercials, right? Where the entire milk industry comes together and like, we want to improve our image, and they all pay into it, and it's like, and then it gets stronger. And I think we can do that, start thinking that way a little bit as indie creators. Like, let's feed into things that are going to make this stronger as a whole. I think a hub site would be really powerful.
Mm-hmm. It could be. It absolutely could be. And then, of course, that's going to... Well, you have to figure out who's going to run it, and then also, what are we going to call it? And
that's the big thing.
And also, then, you know, there are going to be some people, well, it needs to be a CG site, and other people are going to be like, no, it should be open just to indie comics in general.
But that's why if you notice the Red Label comic I did,
yeah,
it doesn't say nothing other than it's you know, anti-censor with anti-cancel culture.
Yeah.
And anti-PC culture.
Yeah.
And we support the freedom of creation and entertainment.
Yeah. Anti-censorship.
Yeah.
It's anti-PC all you want. You'll never get me to buy an Apple computer.
And Combi Mark, of course, nails. This is the number one hurdle for anything anything attempted like this, and that is perceived gatekeeping or actual gatekeeping. Yeah. It doesn't just have to be perceived, and that has, I think, IndieCron had that problem. Early on,
IndieCron had a bigger problem when they tried to have a deluxe edition where you could pay to have better support, faster support.
Well,
you know, did they really do that?
It has to be transparent and honest. Now, maintaining a site of this magnitude takes time, energy, resources, right? So there'd have to be a way to plug into it where it sustains itself, and it has to be honest. Like, you can't just say it's going to be free. It's going to take man hours and talent and time to maintain.
You also got the person who's going to be in charge of
a dollar or $2 a month. Like, it's very fucking cheap. It would pay itself.
Right.
And you just be there, and you can put your campaign and keep your little, like, you know, like a store. Instead of selling T-shirt, you're selling your next campaign.
Yeah.
Or your books.
The other question is who gets to decide? Who gets to decide who's on there, who's not?
Well, that's the thing. Unlike our lovely social media platforms run by corporate companies, it would have to be, the guidelines would have to be absolutely concise, clear, and so everybody knows this is how you become a part of this, and this is how you would be refused entry into these are the things.
Anybody's allowed. You pay a submission, and if you do, and if you don't deliver your goddamn books, but that would be one of the things that could make you get. Oh yeah.
When you log in, you have one question: have you ever worked for the mainstream? See you later, Russ.
Yeah, right.
I know it's tough.
It's tough. I would just love to see it, man. Some kind of hub site where I could find everything going on. I think it'd be so powerful. I know there's dangers to it, and I know that there's a lot of challenges involved. But damn, it would be cool.
I think at the end of it, you need something that brings creators together. Because I can't remember who said it in the chat. There's a lot of splinter creators. You've got all these creators that are doing campaigns that end up failing because they're not getting the eyeballs on them.
You know what's one of the ideas I had a while back, and I don't know if you guys think it's a good idea. That's where I get the name for Red Label, right? Remember that a while back they did a Red Label comic? It was Image Comic and all those independent, and it was to fight censor because they were going after Hellboy because he had Hell, Danger Girls, and this. That's where the name came from, right? And I wanted and I wanted to do another type of thing like that where independent creators would come in with one piece, right, about censor, about that type of thing, and that could be a big thing that we could all do that would promote and unify all of us in one movement going, dude, we stand for fucking this. Boom.
Right.
I like that.
And, dude, we've got the solution right here. Razmaz he'll just be the gatekeeper for us. Then it's just like, dude, talk to Razmaz, dude. whatever.
Oh, and also
do what you got to do to get in there. It's Razmaz.
dude,
You got to go through.
I believe that everybody, all type of comics deserves to have their chance, because sometimes there's some of the weirdest thing that became the greatest thing, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have to like your art style.
Like
I don't
Canada.
have to like your goddamn book to think that and to fight for it to have its right to exist, to at least have a fucking go at it and try.
Right, and the thing is, there are going to be some things that don't appeal to you, where I'm just like, you know what? It's like something like Steven Universe, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was really happy when that came out, because I was like, SJWs are creating their own art rather than taking like old IPs and fucking with them, right?
Yep.
So it's not for me, but I'm glad that it's there. And like some people tell me, like, like, hey, I hear that you're a great writer, but I don't like Westerns. Do you have anything that's not a Western? I'm like, well, it's a Western with a fucking gorilla. I think that would be a little different, but I can respect that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Comic Mark has a great question here. This is this really gets to the bare bones of it. Would a JDA be allowed on this website?
What is a JDA?
Well,
John De La Rose.
He's someone who's like, I guess you could say, has caused ComicsGate tried to, or has been anti-CG at certain points, but I think he just likes making waves, and I don't necessarily think his comics are. Yeah, he's a shit starter, and
we don't want shit starters, man.
I guess
that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, his comic deserves a chance. Would probably deserve a chance to be on there, but there's certain things that if you start.
So why would if he was to be refused onto this hub website for indie comics, what would be the reason?
Because he doesn't treat his
where it
customer
gets
right.
There's no reason to refuse him, because the only reason why he's anti-CG is because Ethan didn't want to help him. It's the same with fucking Preston. Like he's an entitled little fucking
and they're fucking assholes with their customers and everybody. Do they even dox people?
But that's not
like fuck off. That's why they wouldn't be on. But for
is that a workable guideline though? You can't be entitled asshole.
You can't. No, it's not a workable guideline. You can't refuse. You can't really refuse anybody without evidence. It's like going to. It's like a bouncer refusing. And the first time I got refused to enter a fucking club, I turned the day I turned 18.
Coming Mark says an hour gatekeeper
for 3 fucking years.
But
it's a tough call. I think
there's a difference. There's something between gatekeeping and quality keeping.
Convictions.
Yeah. Trust me, I am like as anti-gatekeeping as they come. Back in the 90s, like in the old punk rock and the goth scene and everything, I remember like there were certain events that, there were parties, but you used to call them events in New York, right? Where people were like, okay, there's going to be a dress code. I'm like, I'm not going. Well, why not? Like, because there's a dress code
right there. It's not a party; it's an event. Oh.
Exactly, right? So, and they'd be like, "But you'll get in." I'm like, "That's not the point, right? That's not the point. If somebody like wants to be there, or they love the music or whatever, there's a friend of mine just got out of work, and why can't they show up in a 3-piece suit?" Right? Yeah. So at any club that's like gatekeeping, keeping other people out, I don't want to be part of. However, if you have known shit stirrers, why would you just let them in? Why would you let somebody into the party? Like in England,
look, it's like you're in a goth club, right? Yeah. Why if you hate goth, you would go to a goth club and just sit there and complain about how much you hate gothic?
Well, they're trying to pick up the chicks.
At the same time,
I know, but I'm just trying to use an example. But that's it.
Yeah.
At the same time, you're talking about a site where people come and put their comics up. They're not coming there to discuss. They're not coming there for a chat room. They're not coming there. All it is just you pay your fee, you put your project up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
if you start gatekeeping,
that's what I was saying.
I'm a free speech absolutist. Okay?
Me too.
There is some free speech that I really don't like. Okay, and there's some free speech that I might even punch someone for.
Yeah, that's why I said if you don't deliver, that is a rule.
But
that should be
they must be allowed to say the shitty things that they want to say.
Yes. You have a right to be a jerk off.
Yes.
You have a right to be an asshole.
It's like I told somebody, it's like, if you prevent that guy from talking, that guy that you think is an actual Nazi or a bad guy, right? If you prevent him from talking, you're the bad guy preventing him from his freedom. So people will defend his freedom to the fucking death.
Yeah.
If you let him speak, then you're gonna make everybody realize what you know instead of you being the bad guy.
How can anybody identify a truly bad idea if they can't hear it?
Yep.
Yes.
There's no better purifier than the goddamn sun.
So let anybody go on there, do whatever they want to do, and if it's shit, no one will buy it.
Right. So let the people that obviously they can come up to their own conclusions whether they want something or not. And if someone provably has promised a project and failed to deliver it to backers,
that's a different kettle of fish.
You're
That's
done.
business.
That's you're
business.
done.
Because what you're doing there is you're impairing the reputation of the site by not providing a product when you said you'd provide it.
We've said it before on this show.
Obviously, Liam would not be allowed. Liam would not be allowed on the website. Obviously.
Yeah. Fuck
no.
What up, Liam?
You left the Liam side.
Liam.
I was gonna say. Also, big ups to Commie Mark. Fuck you, Commie Mark. I'm still waiting for my book. Get on it.
And he wants his dick.
He's taking extra special care with that dick pic, man. It's
got his own face on it.
It's gorilla size. Let me just tell you that.
Man, look, all I'm saying is I'm still kicking myself in the ass for not ordering the not chromium cover.
Yeah.
I'll send you some tinfoil if you need some.
Yeah. We're all we cannot wait for the next campaign. I know he's going to outdo himself.
He's a genius, man. I mean, the fact that he took his campaign and made the actual campaign page a work of art was just genius. Yeah. Always been an early champion of Commie Mark.
See,
that's
what I was
saying.
Just
wait until you see my cover for Not Daredevil.
I agree with Cryptic there. Like me, it's like anything illegal, right?
Yeah.
Or you don't fulfill a campaign.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a big like I'm sorry, bye.
Yeah,
you're
that
an
should
indie
be
creator. You're an
should be
indie
the only
creator.
thing.
You pay this it's some kind of maybe it's a small entry fee to be a part of the thing, and then as long as you don't like
something like
not
$1 or
deliver
$2
a project or I don't think there's any reason to gatekeep it at all.
Yeah, I think
that should be the only.
Yeah, I think sorry, Dave. I think not providing a project. If it's because that's bloody fraud.
Yep,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's fraud.
Yep.
Okay?
So
if you don't
if
provide a
Doug
project,
Tenaple wanted to be a part of this hub website,
I don't
he
care.
would be a part of it,
you know,
right?
Doug Tenaple has got some views that I absolutely do not agree with. Okay, but I don't give a monkeys. I bought his book because I thought it looked great.
Right.
Yeah,
there it is.
If
that's the difference. Is we can't be like them and stop people with different views from
let's make it
being
happen,
part
guys.
of it. You literally they don't fulfill.
If you
That's
guys,
it. They're off of it. Everyone else.
The punishment is if they want to come back, they
we
got to
can use the same name as the digital comic if you guys want.
That would be wise to start creating. Okay, so is there? Have we hit on any names for it?
Mm-hmm.
What have you hit on for names?
Oh, dude, it's something we've all been talking for a long time in the back, and it's time for us to fucking make it happen.
I agree.
Okay.
That's why. That's why the Inkslayer got pushed. Like, dude. Yeah, and it needs to happen. We need to grow, dude. I'm looking at all the campaigns right now. Like, I was trying to prepare like my promotion today, and I was going through everybody's campaigns, and I'm like, okay, now we're all getting to the 5K there, right? But after that, it's a struggle because we do need to reach out. We need to have more eyes on this thing.
We do.
Yeah.
We really do. And the thing is, we also have to understand that this is something we have to do ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't rely on other people's fan bases.
And the idea that I think it's important is that we need to have a different type of to see this differently, you know, because by doing that, we're doing a big service to our fans personally. Yeah. Because technically, we're offering more books, more options to the people that follow us from the get-go. Like all the people that bought my books and stuff like that. They may like the Blood Hunt. They got in for Blood Hunt, right? They like that bloody vampire thing. Well, we never know. Maybe they also want a giant ape with 2 big motherfucking barrel guns, right?
Who wouldn't?
Right? And then they see the only Death Can Save Us and go, oh, that looks interesting. But that you're doing your service. That's the thing that I'm saying is like serving your customers. It's not just giving them what your thing.
Yes.
You solidify your link with them because you also offer them something else. That's why they like our YouTube channels, because we also talk about what passions in us, what makes us into it. The fact that when we talk about mangas, movies, anime, and this and that, and this and that, and they all go, "Oh yeah, oh that's what drives you. I've never seen that. I'm gonna go watch that movie and get in your head for a few minutes and get to know you a bit more." That's the thing that people like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the difference. It lets them invest in you as a creator. You're not just a name inside of a comic book or on the front of a comic. You're actually a person, and like you said, they get to know you. They get to
I don't
see what makes you tick.
Brian, Russ, like we're a bit of old guys, but we come from the time where we read those comics. We're like, oh yeah, that guy's fucking awesome. I wish I could meet him one day. I wish I could talk to that, get to know him. Is there a video? And then you start looking, and they're like, there's no information, there's no nothing. And they're like, I wish there was a video of how that guy worked. And they're like, oh shit, we have that now.
Yes,
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
our fans can get actual direct access to us.
Yes.
They can shoot us an email. They can DM us on the Twitter. You know,
unlike the mainstream who just treat you like shit.
Oh my God.
There are a few creators that I've seen that handle themselves okay, but the vast majority just seem to look down their nose at people, and it's just no way to do business. If I'd have the way that some of them work, if I'd have done that in the businesses that I've had, in the careers that I've had, I would have been sacked or lost my business. I don't understand how it works.
And
it's a sense of entitlement. It's a sense of I'm here, you're there. I'm on the inside, you're on the outside.
But you know what this is? This is kind of, you're absolutely right. You know what this is? It's this kind of built on the shoulders of giants. We're all working on the shoulders of giants.
Absolutely.
Okay, but some people don't see that. They just see that the giants were the people that everybody lined up for at conventions and loved. I'm in the same position as them, so why don't you love me?
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
And it's not about that. It's about
because
respect,
you're bold.
and it's about getting it done. Yeah, it's because I'm bold. Yeah, and it's and that's what's happening now is because the mainstream has shrunk. Okay, and not you can talk about all the amount of money that they get, all the turnover they get. That doesn't mean anything. They're shrinking away from the audience.
But we also need to rebuild
and what that means is that we can jump in that space. Indie creators can jump in that space because we've got a convention going on every day on our YouTube channels.
Yeah,
just
No doubt.
and
about
we need to rebuild that love for their craft. Because that's one of the things that the mainstream has killed by killing the style of comics, going illustrative mode, going to cheaper fucking end. They killed what made comics, what comics were like. If you know a bit of the story, when Kirby walked into what became Marvel, they were closing their fucking doors. Stan Lee was sitting there and they were walking into the fucking office, taking out the shit. They were closing.
Wow.
And those two guys were like, dude, we're done. And he came in, and Kirby came in and goes, dude, I'm willing to fucking go all out here. The other one goes, you know what? Let's give it a fucking one last fucking go, and let's go all in. And they did, and Marvel became. It's the same thing that happened in France when the guys went and created fucking Metal Hurlant that became Heavy Metal Magazine. They were fed up of being censored. They were fed up of being this Marvel rebuilt the freaking comic book and made it what it is, bigger, stronger, right? The European, they were censored to the fucking core, and they went, you know why, guys? Fuck off. This is what's happening right now. We're all going, you know what, guys? We tried to be fucking polite. We tried to play really cool with you guys, but at this point, it's fuck off. We're coming through.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're at that crossroads right now, that moment where we can, if we come together and do this right, we can take this fucking thing. We can take it.
Yeah, we can.
But if we just, sure, we could just enjoy the fruits right now. Indie comics are kind of thriving. There's a lot of great things happening. And if we all just kind of keep, if we just do our own thing, and we can ride that success for a while, but then eventually it's going to dwindle and mainstream's going to take back what they're losing. But if we do it right, I think if we play it right and come together and really build something, an infrastructure for ourselves that works, man, it's ours for the taking. Let's take
it.
It
is, and we're fools if we don't take advantage of this opportunity. And the mainstream has made it very clear: comic books, monthly comic books, floppies, they're on their way out. They I watched a video the other day where I forget who it was. Maybe it was your boy Zach. No, I think it was maybe Clint, who was like, basically the plan seems to be right now for DC, they want to become Scholastic.
Yeah,
they're thinking about libraries.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
easiest, low-hanging fruit. That's the easiest thing to do. It's a big contract. That's how they think. We think individual. Let's make a fan today. They think, where's the big contract? And that's going to be their death. Yeah. It's leading to their death.
It is. And they don't care. That is to say, the people that own those companies, they don't care about the comics. It's all about the movies and the Funko Pop bobbleheads and the video games and all that, and the toys. They don't give a flying fuck about the medium. We love comics. That's right. And and our projects are all passion projects, and that comes through. That's why our books blow theirs out of the fucking water, like Liam was saying.
Mr. American, can we add the Glaziers onto that list, please?
We what?
Yeah, the Glazier family.
Jeremiah Johnson went up into the mountain.
You know, the fuckers that own Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I have no idea. I don't know anything about sports. The only sport I ever followed was wrestling, professional wrestling.
Fuck, it's just what you're talking about. But the DC and Marvel, they don't treat it as an art form anymore. They treat it as a business. So the Glazier family, fucking Josh and Abraham and all that fucking other wank stains came over and bought the most glorious football club in all of the world, and bought it using debt.
Yeah, well, everything's talked about. Everything's bought with debt.
And they have fucking ruined the club. It's almost fucked. Like as a club, they're losing $5 million a week because there's no fans at ground. Wow. And yet the owners are taking dividends every fucking year. Yet no other owner in the Premier League has taken a dividend from their club for the last 10 years. Yeah. Yet ours every single year. Yeah. They've taken 90 million out of the club in cash, in wheelbarrows, to the back of their fucking car every fucking June.
There it is. Exactly. Yeah. These are people owned by people that could give fuck all about football.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy that I can't remember the name of the comics he's doing, but he used to edit over at Malibu, and he said the difference at the time with Malibu and with the mainstream was that you go into a Malibu meeting and they'd say, the money men would say, okay, is this title going to make money? And you're like, yeah, it'll make money. Okay, well let's go with the title. We'll believe in this. Let's push it. And you go into the same meeting in Marvel, DC, whatever, and it's how much money will it make?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. And that's the different way of looking at it. And back in the day, okay, when Marvel were getting it together, okay, in the 60s and what have you, and in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they were all about money. Believe you me, they were. Sure. That's what they were about. It's just that they were selling millions of bloody comics back then.
Right.
Now it's lunchboxes and movies and video games, like Brian was saying, and so they don't have the passion. So back in the day, they had the passion for the comics from the top down. Yes. Okay, because that was what they were making their money out of. Now the passion is only at the creator level, and even then, questionable.
They were making movies. Yeah.
From the top down, there is no passion for comics.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you have to take up that space. Now the space is being taken up currently by indie comics because we are more maneuverable, because we don't have the same kind of overheads, and because we don't need to make those same profits. That question, will it make money? How much money will it make? We're not in the how much money will it make category. We're in the will it make money. Okay, so if you get everybody if you get as many creators together as possible to be that force to make comics that business again.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not the conglomerate, but you are all working from the top down, passionate about the medium.
Correct.
So you bring back that passion that Marvel and DC used to have.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, but because you're bringing it down for all aspects of publishing.
And another thing I'd like to bring up, it's one thing that a lot of people don't know too, is if you go back to the years, did you guys know that Marvel and DC used to have meetings? Because they may be competition, but they were having meetings to line up the domination of and the building of the medium.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's exactly right. And I want to go back to, and this, I really need to think about this for myself as well, is where can you plug yourself in most effectively into this network, into building this, into making it better and stronger? It's not always, like we said, we can't all be the king of everything. Like, we can't build our own little empires. I think if we start thinking about what's the way I can plug myself into this and help it grow, maybe at some point down the road you can become a king of your own empire, but that may be only possible if you plug yourself into this thing now at some place where you can be most useful and build it and grow it and make it strong enough where there can be more kings.
My public service announcement, kids, he's not talking about plugging yourself into the mains. Please don't try doing that.
Correct. Passion for drawing.
One of the examples would be like, if you look at what's dominating in the CG or independent comic medium right now, there's more mature type of thing, right? And one of the things is, people might consider, like, not just promoting or getting behind books like theirs or mature team, but try and help, like, the more children thing, because to grow, we need to be able to have a bigger demographic, client demographic,
We need more all ages books for sure.
We need all of them.
We need all of them. You look at the Japanese
superheroes, manga, everything
for everybody.
Yeah,
for every demographic.
The problem with that argument is I would love that too, and there are tons of books who break the superhero mold, but let's be straight, that if you look at the customer base here in ComicsGate, for example, it's if we did a poll, majority of it's superheroes, Western superhero comics. Manga's starting to come up. We're seeing more and more manga artists and more manga books doing very, very well here in style and that kind of stuff. All the stuff in between those two kind of are struggling. We got sci-fi books. We got people doing dramas. We got people doing horror. I'm doing a fantasy book. Fantasy books overall have not done so well. And they've done okay, but they haven't done six-figure type of superhero stuff. So we have a lot of big gap to fill in there, I agree. But it's all about the customer base and what we can superheroes, because the mainstream's not giving them superheroes. Yeah, that's what they want.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do that. Now, to expand out, I agree with you. Go manga, go other things, and that's what we need to do. But you'll never get to that outside. You're right. If you can't fund from inside.
You've got to be delivering the meat and potatoes.
Is a fucking good idea, because the problem right now is visibility, and get more visibility to those that don't have it.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Right. Passion's right. It's cart before the horse. You've got to. You're right. You've got to build up that from inside. You've got to build on the audiences you currently have. Yeah. But what you're saying, Sim, about having that promo piece where several, 15 of us, whatever, put in 8 pages and then get that out, and you work that out as none of you expect to get any money back on that. That's a promotional piece.
Yeah, it's a promotional piece.
That's the gateway to growing more markets.
It's so smart. And there's no extra work involved for the creators.
No, and Image to do that all the time, like a 99 cent preview comic. Remember?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what we did for the hardline. This is no secret. Sim's part of that. This is what we did for the hardline. We just did a piece where we had all the artists and the writers' characters all in one piece together. We had everybody drew their own characters. Everybody, and then we had a colorist who's part of that. Michael Beacon colored it. We had Adam AF, who was part of the group too. He also did the lettering for the poster. Yeah. And what we're doing with the poster is everybody who's in the hardline gets to share the intellectual property and put it on as a print, as a limited thing on each of their there are campaigns that are coming up to spread it out.
So if you back, at least one of the creators on the hardline, you're pretty sure of having it for free. Yeah.
Right. So that spreads it out, and everybody in the hardline does different genres. I mean, Sim's genre is different than mine. It's different than the Diaz brothers and what Ace is doing, and all those guys. Everybody's doing something different, and we're trying to spread it out. And that's what more people. We've been discussing this for like a year now, Sim.
Yep.
We have to get together and spread it out, especially with our small guys.
Different little imprints, like we all get our shit, little studios, our little imprints, and then you all team up under a label. The label is just a label, and that's the digital comic, and that's the website. That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. That's why we became Red Label Comics.
This is all important stuff, but Metal Mayhem Rock Boy.
I know, right?
Okay. Now,
I know, right?
This is all important stuff. This is all stuff that will fall in line.
I'm glad I can make you feel safe.
But I just want to say, Metal Mayhem Rock Boy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Now I've been pushing this for a long time, and when I saw that it had come out, when I saw the quality it was going to be, I knew that it's going to be the next big thing to come out of ComicsGate. It's going to be huge. Okay.
You don't want to miss the Inkslayer magazine because it's going to be in there. Yeah.
So while I'm here, because I can't be here for very long, but I sort of come into streams and dominate them because I'm a force of nature. So give me and the audience.
Force of nature too, Liam.
Yeah, give me a quick rundown, Simon. When do we expect this? What's happening? Like, when are we going to see this thing?
The Rock Boy?
Yeah, when's it happening?
I'm not talking about it right now.
You're a bastard. Do we have to wait another month?
But the only thing I will say is I'm penciling it, and Inkspot is inking coloring it. And
you'll find out more about it when we have the results of this election. So sometime in 2021, I don't know.
Yeah.
No. It's you're getting more info very soon, and we're just trying. Right now, he's finishing writing the first issue because it's going to be a 60-page, and it's going to be split in 20 pages per issue of magazine.
Fantastic.
And we're also working on Nat and Luani painted story too.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that. I saw a bit of that too. But I know the basic outline of Rock Boy, and I think that it's actually a very, very powerful and profitable, very powerful and profitable franchise. It's not just another ComicsGate book that's a good book. It's something that is really powerful, and I'm glad to find out that you're involved in it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we all have to assemble under one banner and fight the common evil. I agree.
Yep.
I agree. I've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah.
I've also been making moves to make that something that is viable in the future. So, whereas a lot of what you guys are talking about, I've heard it. I know what you're doing. I'm on board. Leave it with me a few more months and see what I can do. And I'll see what I can do. I'm not just a spurgy Alex Jones lunatic. I want everyone to be able to succeed.
Yes.
I know that there's a lot of real talent here. When in the beginning there was Todd McFarlane. When he broke off and he did Image, and he took a lot of good guys with him, and they, by rallying together and working under one banner with a common goal and a common cause, they were able to put the fear of God into the mainstream.
And that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Right?
Yep.
Exactly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say Russ Leach, his work on Only Death Can Save Us, that is definitely a must. Go pick it up if you haven't. You like Kirby stuff, you like old Thor stuff, you like well-written comic book, Bronze Age stuff, exactly. Check it out. Definitely, it is a must-have. I highly recommend it. A lot of these guys have great books. King Toad Comics is in the chat there with Mothman. That's another one. Go give it a look.
Yeah.
Amazing sequential storytelling. Everyone here is great. I support all these guys, especially myself. Love you all.
Thanks, thanks for popping on, Liam.
Peace and love.
Does anyone want to sort of shout at me over anything?
Nah, we're
good.
No, we gotta wrap. I don't have another hour. We got to wrap this thing up soon.
Just the usual thing, Liam.
Right.
No more books set on rainy worlds.
Sure thing. Awesome. All right, guys. Fist bump. I'll take off here.
Later.
Keep up
All
this
right.
talk.
Man.
Good talk. Take care of
See ya.
yourselves.
Peace out, Liam. Also, what up to Michael Bancroft in the chat?
Yeah.
Freaking Phil in the chat. Oh my God, the Lost Pages is on fire.
I know. I cannot wait to get that book in my hands.
my
It's
God.
so awesome, dude. Very cool. What a project. And that's, again, it just shows when people come together and someone's willing to put in that kind of effort and work to organize that many creative powerhouses together to produce something. Look what can be achieved. I mean, it's
by doing something like that, we also have like buying power, negotiating power, and that's the thing. It's like, hey, look, I'm part of this for printing.
Yeah.
If we all centralize, like we're the sleeping,
I love
we're
it,
the
dude.
sleeping giant.
Yeah.
Just let me, dude, talk
Wake
like.
us up.
Let's get together, man. I want to figure out the best way I can plug into and help make these things happen. I don't want to overextend myself. I want to be
minimum.
exactly where
Right
where
now,
can
we
I
need to figure out
where can I put it in?
Bare minimum. What
Where
is
can
the
I
bare
put it
minimum
in, Sim? Tell me where the hole is, please.
Well, get Runes
Okay, so
Regnant
I'm
out.
gonna start inviting everybody to a group, and we're gonna start organizing the Red
Oh,
Label.
another
You know what, I'm down.
Another fucking thing, dude. We do
You
not
have a
need another
Discord
fucking
already dedicated to you.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you already
Yeah, but
have
not
your
everybody
Discord,
goes on
right?
Discord. Yeah.
It's the Sim Empire.
Yeah, see. Now the real truth comes out. Sim wants to be king. That's what's
The
going on.
Simpire.
The Cimmerian Empire.
Cimmerian.
There we go. There we go. Yeah,
See, now
man.
that this is kind of part of the thing that we're gonna have to be very we're gonna have to combat very aggressively and right from the get-go is like, if it feels like it's one person's thing that everybody's feeding into,
doesn't work.
people aren't gonna like that. So it has to,
Yes.
from the outset, it has to
Everything has to be
affiliated to no one in particular,
Yes.
right?
Yes, and that's I've been in CG for a long time, and I've had tons of groups want me included and do this and that and team up. And the Hardline's the first one where we all fought and disagreed and did everything, but we all still came together no matter what, and we're all pushing forward. My suggestion, what works for us may not necessarily work for anybody else. And we definitely gatekeep it. We've said, yeah, we will gatekeep this. Not everybody can be part of it. But my suggestion to the rest of you is CG as a whole is a big thing. Seemed early on it was one big kumbaya and we're all in this together. That's not necessarily true. You have to bring your groups together, put everybody together into groups, and that's fine. And if there's crossover between the groups, great. But what you shouldn't be doing is fighting each other. Because we shouldn't be no more of this drama stuff. Yeah, create your own group. But maybe talk to the other groups and be nice to them and that's what we do in the Hardline too. The Sim talks to everybody, so does Phil, and me. I just don't talk to anybody. But it's good. It's good cohesive to have everybody. We will kind of share things.
Reach out.
But
It's kind of like you're the good church girl, Sim's the town slut, basically.
CG UK, for example, is another one. There's I have absolutely no problem with CG UK is doing. There's nothing there that anybody should be worried about. It's fine if the people want to get together and pool their resources. That's fine. If people want to do stuff off of Rot 10's show, that's fine. If I can be a little bit a part of it, or we can go crossover stuff, that should be encouraged.
Yeah, big time.
Not shit on.
I think it's crucial,
and it doesn't matter
more.
It is. I'm
at the point.
It's fascinating you say that, because when I put CG UK together, we got a lot of fucking shit over
by
it.
certain people. But that's the thing now. I think we're at that point now in CG. I've been here for 3 years. We're at that point now where that doesn't matter anymore.
Yep.
Fucking hope not.
Like I used to say,
personally,
like
I feel that way.
CG ain't dead.
Yeah,
it's changing into something else. Yeah.
Exactly.
Let me put this out there in public record for everybody, because I haven't really said anything. There's been parts in the past. I've been with certain people and other things, just getting to know, and I'm friends with certain people. Other people don't like. Okay, The thing is now is that's all gone. We're doing our own thing now. And it's important for us to all break off and do our own thing and repair those bridges, whatever they may be. If we don't talk to each other, that's fine too.
Yep.
But I want to let everybody know that I don't have any problems with anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you're not fucking with my shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
You go do you. I don't have a problem with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The more we start fighting with guilt by association, it's kind of like you're shrinking it down further and further because it's like who you're supposed to keep an eye
I've been
on.
a huge victim of that. I've been the first show I was ever on was the war campaign. Okay.
Yeah.
First show I've ever, and since that day, I've been trying to fight and tell everybody, no, that's not. I am out here to be an artist for everyone and put out books for everybody. They are customers just as much as you are, and that is what's important. We should all be doing.
Yes.
And
Amen.
Okay,
dude, Passion, you've been coming on super strong as of late. At least, you've come into my radar a lot more recently, and I don't know if that's just because you're being more outspoken or doing more. But you're kicking ass, man. I love what you're doing. I love where your head's at, and I, of course, love your art, dude.
Likewise.
Thank you.
I backed your book for that war campaign show.
Look,
what's that?
By the way,
while we're doing a circle jerk, it's nice to meet your face, Passion.
Passion told me one day he really liked your show, and that's why you're starting to see him more, and he comes here, dude. He likes the conversation that we have here. Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. It's right. First of all, you're doing a schedule that this is like right when I start working, so it's good time. But the other reason why is because you give me a platform to be able to come and speak my mind. A lot of other ones don't let me do that, so I can't even get on a lot of other shows because of preconceived notions about me and guilt by association. Yeah. So that's part of it, and I thank you, Rod, for letting me open my big fat
dude.
mouth.
Of course, the thing I know for certain about you is that you are insanely passionate about your craft, your work. You produce a lot of work, and dude,
don't forget the dog. Don't forget the dog.
You're intelligent.
That's what we're all about, man. That's what we're all about. Is passion for the medium, passion for the art form, and passion for our stories.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Nobody fuck with Passion's nuts. Exactly, Mike.
That's right.
Yeah, Mike's another good guy too that doesn't get enough attention.
Yeah.
Mike's awesome.
And Chris
the Bancroft bump.
Chris Evans is probably the number one CG customer out there.
Yeah, Chris does more for CG than people realize, man.
He's back.
Chris is fucking awesome.
He's got guns and CG comics stacked in his house.
That's right.
He's ready for the apocalypse. He's ready for the Civil War to bunker.
He's my little brother from another mother.
They're going to find him dead under a stack of CG comics.
That's right. And I've got Passion. I've got a couple of links down in the description below for you. You've been coming on the show a bit lately, so I wanted to get you on there. I've got the sign up for Grave Robbers. If you haven't signed up for that project, get that done. I've also got your Twitter account linked up.
And go sub to the Hardline and the Ink Slayers.
That's right.
It's out. The Hardline is it's Zay Comics, right? The name of the channel?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Zay. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Guys, this was a good one. I feel really good about this show. I'm kind of fired up. I think some movement is really going to happen after this. I know on my end it will.
I got a movement right after this show too.
Let's get those 10. Let's get those 8 to 10 pages.
There you go. Get a cross up. We got 3 in a row.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. So yeah, if we want to let's do a quick, just a real quick around the house. Shout out what you want to shout out, and let's put this one in the back. So Russ Leach. Obviously, only death can save us.
Yeah, you can. Fighting figure of death. You can find me on YouTube as Comic Book Black Belt if you want to find out how the book was produced. If you want to find out about my techniques and my production, you can come look there. I also have interviews with other artists as well. With Is It Just Us, which is a stream I do with Lucifer Storm on a Sunday night. It's repeated on my channel. You can also find me at russleach.com, comicbookblackbelt.com. You can find out more about my book, Only Death Can Save Us, at onlydeathcansavus.com. There is a link to the campaign. I am in demand, and until it goes to print, I will be honouring any stretch goals that we get. You can also find me on the Twitter, on the Fleecebook. You can find me on the Instagram, and you can find me on the Parlay when it fucking works.
Nice. All right, Gargoyle.
Yo, Ruins of
Anything going
Ragnar
on?
still available on the Amazon store.
Yeah.
Ink Spot's going to be on the number 2
We need
project.
to find out who's selling that and get rid of them.
Oh yeah.
Yep, buy your copy now, so Rod realizes he should start his own fucking Indiegogo campaign to get this shit reprinted.
That might be wise. Thanks, man. Captain Fuckhead.
Go and check out my little gay art channel under the name Caparticus. You can find it on there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's everywhere. And go and look at Ale to Dark, Werewolves and Vampires, the conclusion, a 52-page comic book for my brother from another mother, Mr. Wally.
Yes.
Yeah, so the
Bloody
first
awesome.
2 books are fucking great. You can get
Back
the first 2 books on this campaign. If you back all 3 books, I think you also get a 4th book, an actual 3D book. But you're talking well over 100 pages if you back all of them.
Damn, nice. That's beautiful. Brian Kriskow, what is your current 6-Gun Gorilla campaign? Is that officially closed out?
That's officially closed.
damn.
closed.
Oh, jeez, I feel like it's been going on for 4 years.
I know, right? It was time. I was hoping to hit 20K, but couldn't quite make it. But closed the campaign. But going to be launching in either January or February. 6-Gun Gorilla 8. Cemetery Without Crosses, which is going to be illustrated by the incredible, the amazing Preston Exit Only Acevedo.
Beautiful.
And
You need to stop that one.
do I? Is that gonna?
Yeah.
Because when you fuck with somebody and but at a certain point, it starts to annoy them. I've crossed that line, haven't I? Okay. All right. It's officially
I keep on
retired.
thinking about his butthole.
It's officially
Yeah.
retired.
Think about his
It's
butthole.
It's officially retired. That was the last time. I promise.
You heard it here
Yeah.
the last time.
Yeah. And also go back, Adam Lawson's The Kill Journal. I've got a backup story that's in that I've seen the artwork. It looks freaking amazing. So amazing that I'm I don't think my crappy words are worthy of that amazing artwork.
Nice,
So,
dude. That's cool.
and of course, back Tales from the Natverse, and also you can already sign up for the 6-Gun Gorilla Cemetery Without Crosses pre-campaign thing.
Yeah.
And
Are they gonna show any of that artwork from
Soon?
the Kill Journal side that little story you wrote? Are they gonna show any of that?
I'm
Or
not
is it
sure.
just you
That's
won't
up to
see it
Adam.
until you get the book? All right.
That's up to Adam. I think Adam's
right.
I'm going to show some of that. And of course, you
Okay.
can find me on the Twitter at Brian Kriskow.
And
All
I'll
right.
add one thing.
Twatter.
We're also working on a little secret project for a short story that's going to be an Ink Slayer.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And I need to bust a move on that.
Bristolian Dave.
Well, as always, follow me on Twitter, Bristolian D. Sub to my YouTube channel, link is in the chat. And yeah, there's some nice little video on there. It's only about 20 seconds with editing from Captain Fuckhead over there on his Copernicus side of things.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I suppose I better shell a campaign. Charlie's London, one of the CG UK lot.
Again.
Yeah, again,
Queen of
Carol,
CG
again, I know. She, like you said, she's the only one that doesn't work on the book. Everyone else does, but
Dave,
go set for that.
Dave, your Twitter is Bristolin, right?
At Bristolian D. Yeah.
All right, I just want to make sure which one I need to block.
Yeah. I don't like you like this, mate.
Yeah.
You've changed, man. Put your avatar back up. I don't like it.
Shots fired.
You're one of the men I saw 2 minutes ago.
Hey, all right, we're playing
He's
like that.
still
That's
the-
fine. That's fine, right? If you want to follow any of these,
Game's
these
on
guys,
now.
follow me on Twitter, and then you'll find these guys. All right, do that too. Sam, it's your turn.
Sam, what you got?
At
Go back
least
to
he
Elson.
stare at you.
Yeah. Go back to Tales from the Natverse. It's gonna go to print in 2 weeks, max 3. And yeah, go sub to the Phil Diaz channel where we do the hardline. Go follow and sub to the Ink Slayer because that magazine's coming. There's Red Label Comics on Twitter and Facebook because that's everywhere. And we're gonna be putting that little digital comic preview on as ASAP right now. So get those pages ready, guys.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
Oh, and Sam, you might be happy about this. I think I'm going to shoot for Pictionary on next Wednesday night. Calling it Pictionary Bloodsport.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Let's take it to the next level. Let's get nasty.
Let's do this shit.
Yeah. So we're gonna try a Wednesday evening slot for this for Pictionary. It's been a lot of fun on Midday, but I think we can get more people involved and have even more fun. So. All right. Love Pigeon.
I see Kateri.
What you got for us?
Who's your buddy there?
Oh, I got a load of things, and all of them are cool. But the one I really want to talk about is Doomsday Kingdom is arriving to us on Monday in 17 massive boxes and on pallets because we've ordered way too many books. So if anyone wants to get in while the going's good, now is the time because it's literally going to be with you within 2 weeks. If you
nice frog.
Back today. Oh, thank you.
Nice, dude. And this was you were working. You started work on this during yesterday's show, I believe, and you finished it. You sent it to me and DM. Nice. This is one of the sketch cards that people backers are going to get from you.
Oh no! This isn't Doomsday Kingdom related. This was just me doing fan art.
This is just you doing fan art. Okay. It's a really sweet piece.
Captain was going to colour it for us.
Nice.
So we get to
show off
funny
enough, Jim,
skills.
you say that. I've literally just finished the flats.
Oh, flatted.
Nice.
There we go.
Hey, sick.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
I'm so excited. The Captain's colouring is getting so much better, so I really want to get him out there as well, like shine a spotlight on Cap.
Dude, it's been so fun watching, this thing that we're part of. We get to watch people who maybe for the first time are really getting serious about wanting to produce comics. Yeah. And you're seeing their art or their writing or whatever it may be. You're just getting to see them get better and better and better. It's so fucking exciting. Fun to watch.
I'm actually
It is.
After this stream I'm doing a Witch Hunter one. But it's going to be a digital portrait.
Oh, really?
Right.
I'll take that challenge. I'm already working on one. So let's put ours up again.
All right.
Mr. Chicken Boy.
My first face off. Chicken, I'm a pigeon, goddammit.
And Passion for Drawing, what you got for us?
You can follow me at Passion, the number 4 Drawing, or you can block me. That's where you want to go. Doom Fate's coming. I'm literally finishing up at the last 10 pages or so. So coloring, and then they're off to the letterer, Mr. Philip Diaz, who's killing it on the letters. And then that goes to print. So hopefully you'll have them. I start sending them out the first week of December. You'll have all your copies by Christmas. So that's the plan. The next book that's launching on the 20th of November that I'm doing is Grave Robbers. If you haven't seen that around, that's by Mark Middleton. We'll get him in here to one day to have to go through this grilling every day, this torture that is the Rot 10 stream.
That's right. We got to get everybody in on this agony. It's the absolute worst.
You can follow me that, and also Blade Devil's coming too. I heard that's finishing up. My part, my 11-page story is done, and from what I heard last time from Raging Golden Eagle, that is finishing up, and he should be printing. I don't know. He didn't give me a date, but very soon. So awesome. Check that out. My artwork's in there, and you can always follow me on that. Where I'll be showing Chicken Boy how to draw.
Fucking Chicken Boy.
Nice. Well, this is a great show. A lot of
love you, pigeon.
Challenge accepted.
Can I just ask Brian a thing? Brian, have you ever been to England?
Have I? Yeah. No, but I do have a tourist book, so I can visit all of the sites where like the Hammer horror films have been shot. Okay. So when I do go over, you
need to go and speak to my friend Wally. He's a big fan of all that stuff too. So Dave, has your mum ever been to America?
Has my mum ever been to America?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What questions have we been into?
I'm looking at you two next to each other, and I'm seeing father and son.
No.
Well, people tell me that I look like Ethan, but the fact of the matter is like both of us. The one thing we have in common is if you shave our beards, we both look like the Gerber baby.
Right.
Well, I gotta say we're both handsome fuckers, so don't really.
Yeah, we kind of are, aren't we?
We're handsome fuckers. Yeah.
Handsome fuckers.
All right. Well, I want to thank my panel. We had a really good. I think there's a lot of energy here. Some great ideas. Thanks everybody for being on this panel.
Hail Sim.
Liam as well for popping in here. That was great.
Take your shirt off.
Chat for hanging out.
Hey, my shirt's open. Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Not even close, dude. Not even close.
I'll take it. I'll take what I can.
I mean, Tim, I'm not wearing pants, mate.
Wrap it up.
Fair enough.
All right. So with that, we're gonna
So you're
say
going
goodbye.
full Donald Duck. Gotcha.
We will see you on tomorrow's
always, mate.
Midday
On that
Repartee.
bombshell.
Shut